Now, I've always loved sports cars, but had no money, so my very first car that I purchased on my own was a Chevy Blazer. Not this one, the K5 like my mom had, but this one, the one that no one really wanted. The S10. I paid about $1,500 for it, and well, it lasted as long as any American car that you pay $1,500 for. The exhaust started leaking inside the cabin, and because I had no idea how to fix it, I had to let it go. The next car I had was a leased Dodge Neon base model, and I had a really good time with it. And in 2004, I decided to get the SRT4 version, a turbocharged 230 horsepower rocket, which first got me into modified cars. And I never played with cars before, but I knew I wanted to customize this one. And before I knew it, I had coilovers, a new ported intake. I custom built my own Gatling gun headlights from a Q45, a bigger turbo. I built this car myself over a decade ago, and to this day, it still stands as one of the best looking Dodge Neon SRT4s, period. Which is like saying I'm dating the oldest woman at the assisted living facility, or I just beat up an 8th grader. No points awarded for owning a Dodge Neon. I get it. But after I started getting to my late 20s, I realized, wait a second, the boy racerish look with an interior of an early 90s Dodge product, combined with wind-up rear windows, it was time to go. Since then, the car addiction got worse and worse. I ended up building a supercharged 300C SRT8 and a BMW M5. Now, after a while, I sold the SRT8 and I started the hunt for my next car, something that represents me. Enter General Zod, one of my most prized possessions, a 2006 Corvette Z06, easily and without question, one of my most insane cars ever purchased. My mother always wanted a Corvette, saving all of her money, but then she got very sick. What was she sick with? A baby, me. Most importantly, but she ended up getting something else because the Corvette wasn't practical. So the Z06 was a tribute to my mom. I remember the first day she saw it, she absolutely loved it. Now the car taught me what being a true car enthusiast was, what it was like spending insane amounts of money time and time again over the course of several years to upgrade every element of the car, performance, handling, visual, every single aspect, and that's half of the fun of owning a performance car. Little did I know this was only the beginning. Now the Z06, the engine is built, upgraded brakes, shocks, sway bars, TR6060 transmission. It was downright scary, and it still holds the title as one of the scariest cars I've ever driven. All that power to the rear wheels made for a terrifying time. I drove it for a few years and really just kind of stopped because, well, this is what it sounds like when it starts up. It got too loud and too smelly to drive much. I turned a really nice car into a race car, and it was no longer streetable. But as time went on, my taste in cars changed. I got the Tesla, drove it for a few years, got pretty bored of it, then gave it to my daughter, who put an additional 25,000 miles on it and still drives it to this day. Now the Z06 was in retirement, and every car enthusiast needs their halo car, something fast and powerful, so I bought a BMW i8 thinking that would do the trick, and I daily drove it for a year. Great car, but again, not fast. It looks great, but there's no aftermarket, and I'd get my ass handed to me frequently by Golf GTIs, and basically, well, anything that made over 350 horsepower. But damn did I look good losing. Not a fast car by any means, but very quick, and it has the looks of a Lambo for literally a quarter of the price. Yes, I paid $25,000 for this car, and I look like a retired rapper. But can you blame me? It was so cheap. Enter the mighty RS7. Now, admittedly, I didn't like the RS7 at first, but after driving it for a few weeks and getting used to it, I actually love it. A car that I can drive my ungrateful kids to school in, and then take it to the track and run a 10.5 at 130 miles an hour. An absolute monster of a car that you can drive every day if you don't mind getting 15 miles per gallon downhill with a strong tailwind. Unfortunately, it didn't scratch the void that the Z06 left behind. It was fast, but not sporty. So I tried something more raw, and I bought a BMW clown shoe to bring back the raw driving experience of the Z06. Still no dice, so it sat. Now the obvious choice is the Tesla Plaid, right? Quite literal, the fastest car in the world. I drove it, loved it, but it was hard to justify a Plaid when you already have two other Teslas that give 80% of the driving experience for less than half the price. And after having a Plaid for a while, I've realized as a car enthusiast, it's a great daily driver if you only have room for one car. The problem with an EV, in my opinion, they depend on tech to make the driving experience more enjoyable, but without that tech, what do you really have? I'd like a car that doesn't rely on subscription-based services to make a fun car, like Netflix or a $10,000 self-driving package, or having half a steering wheel that distance you even further from the driving experience. Because if you take away internet access from the car, you really don't have that much. It's like this. The Apple Watch is better than this Rolex in every measurable aspect. It tells time better, the tech is better, it can do everything for you. As a matter of fact, the Rolex doesn't even tell time that well. So why do people still buy Rolexes? Well, in 5 years, the Apple Watch will be in a landfill when the newest shiny tech comes out. That's what I wanted to avoid. Tech reliance to cover up an otherwise relatively boring car. I always bring up the example of Brooks from Drag Times. He's one of the biggest Tesla fans out there and has owned 10 and now owns a Plaid, the fastest car he owns. However, as great as that car is, it's not good enough to get rid of his absolute stable of gas cars. Even though all the gas cars are slower, now there's something his other cars have that the Tesla doesn't and never will. And you probably wouldn't understand what that is. To an NSX or a Porsche 911, two refined sports cars that you don't see every day. Well, maybe where you live you might, but I don't live in a rich area, so I decided to reach out to my friend Pat from Pat's Garage Online and test out his NSX.
It shifts so fast.
Look at that.
Ooh.
Nice car, bro.
Thank you. Dude, holy! You might not get this car back. I might make you an offer you can't refuse. I'm gonna withdraw the money to buy the car right now.
And I absolutely loved it. If you want the full link to that video, make sure you click on the link below. Next, the Porsche. Now, I was never really a Porsche guy until my neighbor gave me a ride in his gorgeous 911. He said I should try going to a Porsche driving event. So we went to a Porsche driving event. I fell for it like a complete sucker. I didn't own a Porsche, but they made me want to own one. They put me behind the wheel of a $100,000 car and allowed me to drive them like I stole them around the track. I drove the 911, the Carrera, the Macan, Panamera Hybrid, which I gotta say was surprisingly more powerful than I thought, and I even drove the Taycan around a road course, and it was absolutely amazing. The camaraderie around being around other owners and sharing stories about how they love their cars made me want to be part of the community more so than the NSX. So I thought about it, and as cool as the NSX was, I had an amazing driving experience. I wanted to be part of a bigger group. The NSX group is relatively small, and I know I would only get a Generation 2 NSX, which is even smaller than the first gen. But what Pat told me, the news, but there's a very tiny aftermarket for the Generation 2 NSX, I was a little bit turned off. They're great cars, but you're on an island by yourself, and I love to modify my cars. If I can add bigger turbos and exhausts, then I'm kind of not interested. And right now, there's very limited options for the second generation NSX. It's just not mass market enough. Whereas Porsche, that's what they are known for, modifications and upgrades. So after I finished my first lap in the 911, I knew I wanted a 911, but not just any 911, the HNIC of 911s, a Porsche 911 Turbo S. I wanted turbos because when I got bored of the power, I could just crank up the boost and hopefully grow my hair back. 560 horsepower, 516 pound-feet of torque, 0 to 60 in about 2.5 seconds. The car is absolutely mental, and I love the idea of owning one. So I bought one, and I absolutely loved it. My good friend Alex from Legit Street Cars went to go pick it up, and he had, well, some interesting words to say about the entire process.
Rich, I really hope you enjoyed that 911 because it almost cost me my life during the pre-purchase inspection test drive. So after I got done inspecting the exterior and interior of the car, we proceed on a test drive. The previous owner drives, and I had some questions on repairs and maintenance done to the drivetrain. And he quickly cleared up any doubt I had about the car by turning onto a normal 30-mile-per-hour street and going wide open throttle. Now I'm thinking he's gonna punch it to like 60 and let out. I was sadly mistaken. We get up to about 100 miles an hour. There's a semi-truck in front of us. I'm thinking now he's gonna show me how good the brakes work. Nope, he shows me how well the car handles by turning into the next lane, booking it to about 130, 140. I'm hanging on for dear life to any piece of fine German leather that I can find, yelling, "Please stop, we're good, the car is really fast, I get it, I get it, I get it." So he finally hits the brakes and I'm like, we're done. We're just gonna go back to the parking lot and this is over. Nope, he flips around in the middle of the street, does it again, 130 miles an hour down the street. So I can verify that the engine and transmission are in great condition. This car is ridiculously fast. And the previous owner, although he was a little nutty, he's a pretty good driver.
Hi, Rich. Here's your car before it leaves Legit Street Quarters. I'm here with the shipper. He knows how to drive a manual transmission. but this isn't that, so it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
And I just want to show you the condition of this. It is perfect. It's absolutely perfect. So if it's not when you get it, it's his fault. But wheels, no curb rash at all. Nothing. Bumpers aren't scuffed up. I mean, they're seriously like not even a mark. And there you go. Yeah. Anyway, it was nice having it, Rich. The last 3 weeks of joyriding this thing practically every day have been amazing. So thanks again, buddy.
And they did the thing. They did it. They did a great job, Stevon. They really did. The brakes, look at them. The carbon ceramics. The problem is, like, I don't really want to know how much these cost to replace. So I'm gonna have to get a professional opinion on that to see what they usually go for. But in the event that these two have to be replaced, the car may have to go to its new owner then. Yeah. What happens a lot, what I've heard with these is when it comes to tracking, the ones with carbon ceramics, they usually put the steel brakes back on them because the carbon ceramics are just so expensive. They'll buy another steel set, put the steel set on. When they're ready to sell their car, they'll put the ceramics back on because they increase the value. Then they'll sell the car. It makes sense. I get it. I totally understand where they're coming
For
from.
the collector that uses it as an investment and doesn't drive the car?
Right. Which is not the case.
Not this car.
For me, I am not an investor. But no, man, this is, geez, you can't. Yeah. Can you lose here?
New England foliage is making its way.
Yes, they are. And I think there's for these cars. Are there grill guards for these? Like right here. You could have like a little screen that blocks a lot of the debris from getting in. That's gonna have to be a thing because this is just literally like a giant vacuum cleaner. It's gonna suck everything in that small hole.
Oh, I guess it's quite small.
I don't think these are New England cars, so whenever they didn't take into account foliage going into those.
Oh no, you don't think so?
No, you think they would, but they didn't.
There's some stopping power here.
You know, the rear wing. I mean, gosh, man, what a.
Oh,
yeah.
That's an interesting license plate.
Yeah. What does that mean? Guess we'll never know.
Do you fancy yourself a sailor or like?
Yeah, I love the sea.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I love the sea.
That's nice.
You know, that's cool. The sea
I don't know
is
if that was a double entendre.
No, the sea's a great place to be. You know, this is water. You know, I love water.
What's HNI then?
Huh? Let's check out under the hood, shall we?
Shall we?
Under the hood.
Take a peek.
Let's see what she's got.
Oh, the hood.
There is.
The trunk.
The boot.
The boot, eh?
Look at this. Look at that.
Hey.
Two computer fans. Yeah.
Yep.
Easy to service.
You
Oil.
like that?
Yeah, look at that. It's perfect, man. You know, some coolant.
Oh, it even tells you should probably use this.
Yeah, probably use mobile. Yeah. There's not much to see here, Steven. They're very limited in what they show you, obviously.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know
clear.
if there's a reason for that or what, but it's very.
It's meant to be a mystery.
Yeah, they don't want you to service this car. I hope they don't have the same sentiment about repairing vehicles as another manufacturer that we
Right.
know.
Yeah, small and upcoming one that happens to have strange policies when it comes to anybody else touching their vehicles.
And the next thing is launch control. So with the i8, the launch control is limited to I think it's 100 times before the car is like, you can't do this anymore, and it completely locks you out and it doesn't do it anymore. With the 911, I've heard that you can do it over and over and over and over again, probably like 50 to 100 times, and it never stops. The 911, I've heard that it doesn't stop. And
Rumor has it. This is in that book you read.
Rumor has it that you can do it over and over and over again because it's a performance car. It will never stop, and it'll be the same repeatable, whatever it is.
And what was the name of that book? You're even crossing your arms more. I think
I've changed, Steven.
Have you?
I've changed. Nope. 7, look at this. Look at this interior. Look at this interior. I mean, this is a gorgeous interior.
The only thing I don't like is the...
Yeah, why do you have the seconds? Why? Why would you do that?
You know, any real watch would have 8 beats per second.
Yep.
I'm kind of disappointed.
Yeah, so am I. Not really.
That's quartz?
The first thing that I noticed about this car is that there are no cup holders. I did some more research, and apparently there are in fact cup holders.
You did research, or did you just notice this?
I saw the big cup sign
And said...
and said there's probably cups that go in there. There you go. Look at that. And then you go like this. You have your drink there for the passenger, and a drink for the driver.
Well, the driver.
I think you forgot that you can do this.
Look at this, and it even retains the same. Look at that. Look at that piece.
The fit and finish is imperative.
It really is a weld. Look at this. Look at this. It's exquisite. Look at that.
How big of a cup can you fit in there?
Not very big. I mean, I don't know what options were here. It looks like whatever happened before.
This is a base model?
I think it must be, because I think there's additional options here that weren't paid for. So
Interesting.
They just see. I hate this. I don't like this.
No one likes this.
This reminds you, hey, you didn't pay for that.
There was something that you should have had.
Yeah, you didn't do that.
There's 4 things that you should have had here.
Yep. I'm gonna find out what those things are. Maybe I could add them after the fact. I doubt it though. But those buttons would be nice. You know, you a smoker? A little smoke action.
That's still a thing.
That doesn't come out. It's not very intuitive. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of buttons that are in front of the shifter.
Right.
So when it's down into dry, which is like 2 clicks back, you still have to reach around and kind of get to the buttons. The buttons aren't very big, and maybe after a while of driving it, you could kind of figure out, you know, what's where and what's what. I do like the steering wheel. This wheel, it's nice and small. It's not overly thickly bolstered. It's perfect for my tiny hands. You know, it fits very well in my opinion.
I'm glad.
This is a very large wheel, and my tiny hands grip it perfectly. We launch it. Let's see. So 175. Why they wait to that far in the book? Launch control allows you to achieve maximum acceleration from the landfill, endangering other road users. Okay, good. Yeah. When the engine temperature, Sport Plus mode. So Sport Plus, right? Sport Plus. Push the Sport Plus button.
Yep.
Right. Press the brake with your left foot. Quickly press accelerator down
We're
fully.
not in the right spot for that.
No, we're going to the woods. Wait, what was it again? Now I forgot again.
Sport.
Yeah, it's in Sport Plus.
You gotta hold it. You got foot in the brake.
No, that's not launch control. Okay, one more time. Should have paid attention. All right.
Maybe if you didn't scam me, we wouldn't have this problem.
I know.
Hold on.
Oh boy, yeah.
Yeah, that hit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, she did the thing.
How do you feel? Did you fuck her up?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, that was good. Let's do it again. Yeah, woo!
Squirrely.
Woo!
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that was fun, dude. And it'll do that all day long.
That slaps harder than my dad's belt. Good Lord.
You gotta try it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Try it.
You can do this over and over and over again. As a matter of fact, we did this so many times the transmission temperature went down by 1 degree. It's almost like the car was getting bored. I even let a 23-year-old kid launch it because his dad won't let him drive his Porsche.
We're in Sport Plus.
One Sport Plus. You ready for this? You know what to do, right?
Yes, sir.
Go for it, man. How old are you again?
23.
What do you think?
This is insane.
That's good.
911 Turbo S.
Good. I'm glad you like it, man. Glad you like it.
Thank you so much.
Of course, man.
It's such a fun car. You look and you feel like you're in something special. In Sport Plus, the car stiffens up, your seat holds you tighter, the rear wing goes up, and holy crap, there's a front inflatable spoiler too. That's one of the most badass things I've ever seen. It's like a race car you drive on the street. Oh, there's a tear in it. No biggie. Let's head to Porsche to get that looked at. Then I get a price for the lip. I'm guessing between $800 and $1,200.
The right rear is at 3.
Yep.
The left rear is at 4. Both fronts are at 5 millimeters.
Okay.
So if you were going to address any of the tires, let's say the rear
one
ones that would really need to be addressed first.
Okay.
The body's really clean. The only thing I saw on the body
Yeah.
was up here. It's got some scuff marks on this trim panel.
Yep.
And right here, this one is actually damaged. It's the mounting point is
Ah, okay, I see.
no lights are on in it.
Good stuff.
Everything's in good. Fluid levels are all right on spot.
Excellent. Okay.
I did notate that it doesn't have a front plate bracket in the car. I didn't see that.
Yeah, no, yeah, oh, no. Biggest pet peeve of mine has been this crack right here.
Yep, that's the front. This is the front spoiler.
Yes.
It's air controlled. That would have to be the whole.
The bumper has to come off and stuff like that.
Yeah, we'd have to pull the front bumper to disassemble it because there's a bunch of there's a couple of airlines that run in there and everything for it.
Okay.
I notated that down. Actually, I may have forgotten to jot it down, but I did
Note
wrote
that.
down on the
Okay,
auto,
cool. All right. And then so there's that. You said the brakes are pretty good.
Yep, brakes are 8 millimeters all the way around.
Okay. And then
carbon ceramics, that's like really well. The carbon ceramics get up there in price, but the braking quality of them is phenomenal.
Are you kidding me? I had to learn how to brake all over again. When I actually did a panic stop, I felt like my eyeballs were gonna pop out of my head, man.
Yeah,
that's pretty wild.
First time I drove one of these with the carbon ceramics on there, I didn't realize it.
Yeah.
This is years ago, and I hit the brake like I would in one of the normal ones, and it almost put me right into the dashboard.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I couldn't. I was like, now I understand. So the car needs new tires, a lip, and it has a clean bill of health, which is awesome. So she's ready for the road. So yeah. The post-purchase inspection was $470. I need 2 rear tires for $600 each. The front lip, well, just the lower black trim, I was a little bit off in my estimation. I thought it would be around $800 to $1,200. It's actually $3,500. But if you have a turbo, it's $3,800 just for the part. Now, the difference between the Turbo S and the turbo parts are the same. It's just that one says turbo and one says Turbo S. So you're literally paying an additional $300 for it to say Turbo S. Now, the replacement price is $5,000 with labor. Either way, they gave the car a very sexy neurotic bath. Damn, this car looks good. I headed to Audi to check up on the RS7 steering rack recall, and I was happy to see that the RS7 was free. Then I immediately loaded up on a trailer. Okay, so the RS7's gone, and we have to load up Ice-T to head to SEMA, which starts in literally 2 days, and we ran into an unfortunate incident, so we actually might not make it. But you guys can't go to SEMA anyways, unless you're in the industry, so if you want to see us, make sure you check us out at Holly High Voltage, which is the week after SEMA. Check out the description box below to get tickets, and wish us luck. I cannot wait to share more on this car. If you want to see more about it, check me out on Instagram, at RichieBKid, to see more on the Porsche, and tell me what you want to see me do with it. I will see you guys next week.